When considering an immigrant community familiar to me in different cultural beliefs and practices that might present ethical concerns for an evaluation of HIV/AIDS prevention community, I chose Jamaica. I know as a black gay man, I've heard when traveling to Jamaica, be careful because in Jamaica, they aren't really accepting of people part of the LGBT community. And when it comes to HIV and AIDS prevention, the first population people think of are people a part of the LGBT community. Um, so when doing this evaluation, you have to think of informed consent, you have to think of do no harm, confidentiality, and also voluntary participation. Um, so it's kind of tricky because even though when doing HIV and AIDS prevention, the people you are evaluating, they might not be a part of the LGBT community, but just that stereotype that HIV and AIDS is something that only a gay man or a gay woman or transgender woman or transgender man um, can get. So it may be that fear of I don't want to partake in this evaluation because my community may shun me for thinking that I am gay or that I am trans or that I am bi. And even if they are a part of the LGBT community, there's articles that state that LGBT citizens that still currently live in Jamaica or are just from that background have often been driven from their community. Healthcare physicians have even cast judgment on them, which have later in turn allowed them to not receive the proper health care, lack of police protection. Um, it's kind of one of those things where the LGBT community is a very vulnerable population in Jamaica. So to discuss this topic can be extremely dangerous for them. HIV and AIDS is a virus that anyone can get, but it seems that people think it's a disease that only someone within the LGBT community is capable of getting. So when it comes to the cultural beliefs in the evaluation, it can kind of be where people may not even want to partake in it. So that could fall under the voluntary participation. And then confidentiality. Depending, you have to be aware of if people do decide to partake in this evaluation, making sure that their privacy is protected and finding an effective way to do that where they feel safe and can help in a study, but also be safe so they won't fall under the do no harm ethical concern. Because in the midst of this, we don't want anyone to their confidentiality to get out or their privacy to get out, and they go back to the community and now they're being hurt based off of an evaluation that they did. So when it comes to HIV and AIDS prevention in Jamaica, it can be very tricky because although it can be something really good for the community, it can also be very dangerous depending on the people you get to partake in this evaluation and the amount of people that you get to participate.